Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of FTB's Cop Talk. Only place to be. You can see I'm not an happy bunny today. My face is not too happy after last night, but you know what we do? We show face regardless. Win, lose, or draw. We're here. That's what we do. So we got a special guest with us today. So you know what? We are gonna shout him out first. We're not gonna welcome him, but we got manners, so we're gonna say hello. You hear me? All right, Mr. B from the Man United Agenda. Very smug looking there. See, yeah, very smug looking. Just remind me, because the last time you was on, was it the 4-0 beating or the 5-0 pummeling that you was on for? Which one was it?
I'll be honest, mate. I don't remember that. That whole show was a complete and utter myth to me.
Okay, no, but honestly, welcome on board. It's nice to have you on board, mate.
Bless you, man. Bless you, man.
Both perspectives of the game, from the Liverpool side and the Man United side as well. Good evening, Del. How are we doing, sir?
Oh, mate, I got the right hump.
Del said he's got a bad neck because he's been doing so much ducking and diving today.
Yeah, ducking some shots today.
I could imagine. KV, sir, how we doing? Oh my! It's gonna be a long one. Don't worry. And good evening, Mr. R&B. How we doing, sir?
I'm actually reading literature from the Bible as we speak.
That's reading Bible pages. All right.
Psalm 28.
Do remember, my peoples, press that like button, that share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all about Cop Talk, okay? All right, so we're going to kick it off. Open table. My first one is, were the Mancs that good or were Liverpool that poor? Feel free.
Both. We were that poor and they were that good. Let's have it right. They were all over us. We were second to everything. It was fucking horrible. It was like vomit. I was vomit for 90 minutes. They stole 90 minutes of my life. Right? I was sure we would go into this and get a 3 points and kickstart our season. I mean, they got slapped by Brentford. Not beat, slapped. Right? And then we go there and they beat us like that. I'm very disappointed. I'm upset. I'm stressed. I'm hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. That hurt. I got a big mouth, so that hurt.
Tabrice.
I'm actually glad you're doing the show today, to be fair.
I'm only doing it today because I was actually watching the game in a pub.
Yeah, we can't hide.
So by the time I got back, it would have been a bit too late. That's the only reason why I'm doing it today, or else it would have been last night.
We can't hide. You got to come show face. You can't hide.
Yeah, you know what? Congrats to United. They had a game plan. And, you know, when you kind of look at their starting 11, you're thinking, okay, you know, it should be it should be 3 points. But again, fair play to United. They were really at us, and we just did not get started. And again, like it took a very scrappy goal to even kind of get us back into the game. But I just couldn't see us winning. And I want to be very optimistic, but 3 games in, we're not looking good right now, and yeah, United deserve to win. Fair play.
Fred.
Yeah, look, I think everyone in their aunt knew how Man United would come out on Monday night after their previous game. They're going to come out like wounded beasts. And look, they got everything right on the night, really. From the first whistle, they was on top of us. They didn't let us settle. We didn't get going. And again, we've given a team a head start. And when you give teams like, no matter what form Man United are in, when you give Man United a head start, it's not great. So, you know what? The performance so much, yes, I'm disappointed. It's just the manner in how we lost. That's what kind of done me a little bit. I was sitting in my front room, folding my arms like a petulant kid, because I just, passes were going astray. People's touches were going astray. We was getting caught out multiple times, and Man United done what I expected them to do. To be quite honest, come out in front of their home fans, and Ten Hag wants to make a statement. And I said that the other day. Whoever wins this game, it's kind of like our season starts now, and he's expecting them to kick on. For us, I think it's a hard one to take.
Okay, Mr. B.
I just want to say a couple of things to Breeze. You said that you were happy with the team and expected you to beat us when you saw our team. Up until I saw our team, I thought we were going to lose. Once I knew Maguire wasn't playing, once I knew Fred wasn't starting, and once I knew that we were going to have Rashford up top, I was surprised with the Elanga on the left, but I think I understand why he did Elanga. Elanga has got the youth and the exuberance to chase after Trent the whole game, and that's basically what he did. Rashford don't want to do that, but Elanga will do it to get himself into the team. So he was key for what happened there. But when I saw our lineup and then I saw you guys with Henderson and Milner, I just thought straight away. I went to the book, I put a £4, right? I won £18. It ain't much, but I don't normally back my boys on a bet. And I knew we were going to win the game. So I'm surprised to hear Tabri say that when he saw our team, he expected you lot to beat us.
Well, I mean, when you're leaving out your club captain Maguire and of course Ronaldo,
he's shit, bro.
He's like still, an influential player, and of course Ronaldo as well. Literally that was gonna I think if United lost, that would have been headline news. But again, you know what? Fair play. You guys got your tactics spot on, and it kind of opens up, I'd say, a bit of a debate regarding if Liverpool actually have a plan B.
We've spoken about that before. On many shows, we've spoken about that before, about the plan B. And that was the talk about having Núñez come in. Now we could have a different style of play and so forth, but obviously he was banned, so couldn't play. But on that same thing we were talking about with the Man United lineup, I was upset that Maguire and Ronaldo weren't playing. I want Maguire to play because, like Mr. B said, I don't rate him. I think he's crap. And I think he would have been putting them in trouble. And also Ronnie, because Ronnie ain't going to track back. He ain't going to do the donkey work. Whereas that's why, like Mr. B said, the guys that he brought in, they were willing to run their socks off. And they did run their socks off, to be honest. They did. Yeah. We didn't get a moment to settle on the ball. Yeah. Also, gentlemen, what I'm going to ask is, why we got Hendo and Milner and you leave out Fab,
You know what? I think it was a disrespect, man. I sat there and I laughed because I know Stoney, we've had this conversation and he's not about having them two starting in any game.
No.
And that's why I was so confident. I don't know if it was a disrespect. I don't know if Fabinho is injured. Like, obviously, to me, if you can't play the whole 90, I'm starting you. And then when you get tired, you come off if you're the best player. I never understand why they wait for the game to be gone to be bringing on the better players. But sorry, I'll let you talk. Sorry.
Go on, Preds. Why?
You know what? When Mr. B said, "Look," he looked at Liverpool's team sheet and saw Henderson and Milner there. My face dropped, and I'm concerned because with them two in the middle, we haven't got a great track record anyway with them two playing, and the only thing I can come to is that Fabs is not 100%, and that's the only cards Klopp had in regards to getting the midfield free. A fit midfield free. That's the only thing. That's the only reasoning I can have for Fab starting on the bench. I can't think of no other reason. But I think it's now again another debate as to do we need to get another midfielder in? Like, do we have to get another midfielder in? Okay. Do we?
KB.
I'm stumped for words. I'm very upset about it. I don't really have much input at this point. I'm just a spectator. So my opinion, I got it completely wrong. Completely wrong.
I know.
How about you, Mo? What you gonna? The man gets stripped.
Oh, I tell you.
Have your moment. Have your moment. I'm not gonna hide.
I knew you weren't gonna hide, and that's why I wanted to come on the show. You know what I mean? I knew you weren't going to hide, but the disrespect that you showed the United team, I understand we've been taking licks all season, but it's a different See, you were looking at as Ronaldo being Ronaldo can't get into that team. Martial in pre-season was the glue that kept that team together, and you saw the difference when he came on in the second half. You lot wouldn't watch us in pre-season. We were so pissed that Martial didn't start, and it was Ronnie or Ericsson who started the other game. The whole of pre-season just seemed like a joke. Now with the confidence that we've taken from beating you, yeah, we expect. I'm not going to sit here and be an idiot. I expect you to toast us, as I said. Until that, now it's your worst start in 10 years. That's a stat that is frightening to me. Klopp's not used to that, and your team's not used to that. A couple of questions I do want to ask: is Trent's form worrying you guys?
I think everyone.
I think I'm going to go last on this because I've had a lot to say on Trent, and everyone thinks I'm being a bit harsh.
Not really. Trent's form's not really worrying me now. I think Virgil's form's off. Mo Salah's form's definitely off. Mo is there screaming for a new contract. The man, I think that new contract is weighing him down because he ain't done nothing since. I think the whole team has to take a look at themselves. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries. We definitely need something, an injection, a new player, something. But I think that's thin squad and lack of movement in the transfer market has left us in a bad way at this point.
To Breeze.
You know what? I think this is a topic where you actually look at not only the defense, but you look at the players in front of the defense. No,
I know you want to say it.
No. You know, listen. Let's not talk about transfers right now. But you know, if Fab wasn't fit, yeah, he shouldn't have come on. And again, you know, it's a more of a defensive-minded substitution. Same with Tsimikas for Robertson. I don't get that. I think what it is now, and I think hopefully we can all agree, sometimes it's not even about the back four. You need that DM that's going to be robust and solid to literally help cover up the mistakes that Virgil makes, that Trent makes. And right now, our midfield three, or literally our kind of midfield in general, are not good enough. And Van Dijk is being exposed a little bit more, that, you know, and also Trent. Everyone knows that Trent isn't the best defender. Come on, it's a broken record. But it's just how easy, you know, teams can just get round our midfield, and that the 1-2 that you guys played around Trent. That's basic stuff. But Trent's form doesn't worry me. I think what worries me more is the leaders in the team now. I'm now looking at Van Dijk. I'm kind of looking at Henderson. I'm looking at Milner. I'm looking at those influential players to now say, okay, you know what? Yeah, it's the worst start in a decade. Let's now fix it against Bournemouth and Newcastle. But right now, I can't even see, I can't see us even getting a result against those teams.
You know, like that.
Okay, so we are going to say good evening to Brush. He's got his popcorn emoji out. He's having a bit of fun out there. GMS Limited, he's saying, evening, gents. How did it feel to get bent over last night? Pause.
Boom.
Talk, man, the gift that is always has a sting in the tail. The wheels on the bus are falling off. Bragging rights are with us till the next game. Why is everyone looking so upset? Why do you reckon, bro? It's not rocket science, is it? Michel Sarpong is saying, you are missing Mane. Just admit it. Milner said a lot last night. All right. So what we are going to ask, gentlemen, is Jadon Sancho's goal. Was VVD at fault?
Why are you smiling like that, though? Why are you smiling like that, though?
After he sent Milner to the shop and told him to keep the change.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Watch the video again, yeah?
Milner
came on this side of the screen. He came on this side of the screen and went all the way on his arse. You had Van Dijk standing up there. I don't know, like he was touching the inside of his batty with his hands closed, like he never wanted to defend. And then he sent two people the wrong way, took his time, and boop, popped it in the other corner. KV, that's why I'm laughing. Sorry, I would have let you guys finish now.
So, Fred, could Van Dijk have done better?
Well, looking at the desire that the Man United defenders played with, you have to then question, well, why is VVD not throwing his body in front? Why was Gomez not throwing their body? Like, it's a big game. It's a huge game, and you've got to do your best to try and not concede. And all I saw was that Man United had that bit more desire, that bit more grit, and that determination. They were high-fiving each other when they were making tackles and making blocks and look, hats off. Man United have gone through a turbulent few years, and no one expected the performance that they done last night. And you know what? Hats off to them. They did. It's now for Liverpool to now come back and respond to that. How are we going to respond? The fact of the matter is, can we respond in the short term with the current squad that we've got? Time will tell, mate.
So, Breeze, could VVD have done more rather than just standing there with his hands behind his back?
I think let's be real, Liverpool fans. When was the last time you saw Van Dijk actually make a sliding tackle? Very, very rare. Like that's not why I asked. I didn't say about sliding tackle. I said, could he have done more? But for him to put his body on the line, that's not what he does. Like, if 9 times out of 10, that is normally his positioning. Like he's not that type. Like, he's not a Tony Adams. He's not a John Terry that's gonna come and close you down. Like and actually put his body on the line.
You keep telling me what he's not. That's not what I said. I said, could he have done more?
No, I genuinely think that's how Van Dijk defends, and it's the fact that we're just getting caught out and we're getting exposed.
The point I'm trying to make is, and the reason why I'm saying that is, for me, after Milner's gone sliding, I'll give you an example. So, he's standing here. If he goes to the ball, you see less of the goal. He doesn't have to slide. He just has to go towards the man. He sees less of the goal to aim at. You don't just stand up there like that. And
it happens so quick, though. It happens so. Yeah, we can say that. How quick that happens.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And no, but again, we've Van Dijk has done this. I think it was against Tottenham when I can't remember, the player wasn't through on goal, and like Van Dijk literally ushered him into an area where the attacker didn't know if he should shoot or cross. So like he didn't dive in, and like he kind of almost invited him to shoot. And literally, we all called that amazing defending. There was another instance, very, very similar, where like he didn't actually run towards the attacker. He was kind of almost running parallel to him, and the attacker scored. And then everyone was criticizing Van Dijk. Why didn't you run towards the defender? That's just not how he defends. And again, I think as Liverpool fans now, we have to look at Van Dijk, in terms of the type of player or type of defender he is. Cool. Like, he's been immense. Our midfield are letting our back four down. And of course, now we are kind of looking at certain frailties within VVD that we didn't see before. But that's just how he defends.
Well, I get that. Sorry, very quickly. I get that. But in the manner of the goal, our two centre halves are so deep, they're on the goal line. Now, Sancho's taken 4 touches before he's actually struck the ball. As a defender, as a goalkeeper, I want my defender going forward, not in my line.
Thank you very much.
All you have to do is, I'm not trying to tell world-class defender what to do, but in my experience, a defender would go and if he doesn't want to go and throw his body there, be an obstacle, be a barrier, go forward. All it happened was that he just got in the line. He got the line of Alisson, and Alisson got sold a dummy as well. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it seems like Van Dijk wanted to cover one goal and is expecting the goalkeeper to cover the other, but he was so close to the goalkeeper that the goalkeeper had to gamble when Sancho done it, and then he's cut it back, and as he's cut it back, even to the point where Bruno Fernandes is pointing to the dude where to put the ball.
Yeah,
like someone's just got to go and make contact. Either go forward and be a barrier or make a sliding tackle. One of the two. We was too deep.
I think Milner had a go at him. I think I like believe.
What do you think?
He
Everybody
did,
did
didn't
that.
Yeah, but I mean,
He
yeah, but I don't know. Like, Van Dijk is just not that type of defender, and again, yeah, we just have to realize that. But it is what it is. Like, well done to United.
So,
I hear what Tabriz is saying.
You say world class goal or poor defending?
World class goal.
I did say that.
Yeah, Alisson is your superstar goalie, and Van Dijk, by all accounts, is the greatest defender to ever grace the Premiership. So yeah, I'm saying superb goal. I do actually think, all jokes aside, I don't think there was much that any team could have done. Once he stopped and cut back, and his head was up, I always thought it was going to be a goal. So there's not much you can do. I just think it was a great skill by Sancho.
KV,
what can I say? It was a very good goal. If it was Mo Salah who done that kind of goal, we've been screaming. So let's give the kid his due. He's had a hard time, little shit. He's had a hard time, and he got a really, really good goal. A goal that everyone will remember. Man United versus Liverpool. It was his time to shine. It was a really good goal. I think Tabriz is right with our midfield exposing our defence. The whole thing about Van Dijk, that's his kind of defending. Yes, but he's a defender. That's his bread and butter. His bread and butter is to make a challenge. He made no challenge. He stood there and kind of froze. I know it's a split second. It's really quick, but he didn't cover himself in glory for that moment. He could have made some kind of challenge, but I don't know. It's a split second. It's really quick. Sancho's goal was fantastic. So, what can we say about that?
I think gone forward and closed him down for me.
Yeah,
made it a bit more difficult.
If you look at the goal, look, don't take anything away from the artistry that created the goal. 1-2 Eriksen, 1-2 the lad at the left back. He's pulled it back. As he's pulled it back, Sancho's just floated into that little pocket. Our back four, well, Gomez has gone to the ball. Gomez has gone out to the ball because Trent's been passed round. VVD and Robertson have dropped so deep that they're not actually looking over their shoulders to think, right, where is the nearest person? Now, the nearest person it's bad defending, but very good football. I've got to be honest. You got to be honest. That type of football opens up a lot of defenses. So
I give that a thumbs up. I definitely reckon it's a bit of both. Yeah. Good goal, but also bad defending. Bit of both. I've got some clown here now in the group sending a message. This guy, Mr. B, talking about, does Fred get into our midfield now? Oh, he's really mocking us. He's really mocking us. Van Dijk's not been the same since he twerked against Madrid.
That's cold-blooded.
Good evening, Mark Foster. Nice to have you on board, sir. Nice to have you on board. Oh, my days. Gentlemen, after all what's happened right now, and we're talking about injuries and all the rest of it and everything, are Liverpool going to be okay once they get their players back? That's the big question. I'm going to ask Mr. B first.
I really, really hope not. I'm going to sit here with my hand on my heart and say I hope you have to play big games with Milner and Henderson. So that I can see you lots, especially KV. Look, his screen has been blurred, the whole thing. You don't even want to focus on his face today, blood. Never mind, man. It's all right. No, look.
I do it because I'm wanted by the FBI. So I take
Liverpool will be back. I mean, they haven't gone anywhere. They've just lost one game. You know what I mean? It's who you lost to and how you lost. I think that's pissing you lot off the most. You will be back. The midfield, I think, needs help, and I think that you lot need to spend money on a midfielder. Whether it's not quite a Jude Bellingham, I don't think I've got the money to push for that, especially this end of the season. I think you do need help in midfield. I think you're really, really going to struggle, especially if you've got Champions League coming as well. You've got Thiago, who for whatever reason just will not stay fit. You've got you've got Naby, who we banter each other about every week. Not gonna. That's two players out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think you lot are going to struggle in midfield.
So, Brees, are we going to be all right once we get our players back?
You hope so, but I mean, again, the list is pretty long, and then of course, you are like looking at regaining match fitness and whatnot, and so I think it's going to be a few weeks before we'll have a well, not a recognized, but like a team that we can say, okay, we'll be looking to kind of challenge. Well, not challenge again, but be like comfortable in kind of creating more of a goal threat. But again, we're like, look, Henderson and Milner, great professionals and great players. Milner could probably go into any team by probably the top 4 and literally could do a job. But what Klopp wants from his players, Henderson and Milner right now just cannot do. And that's the issue. But yeah, and like Henderson, I've always said Henderson is my captain. But he's kind of another year on. The engine doesn't look as well oiled as it used to be, and he's now being found out as well. It's only Harvey Elliott really where you can look at and think, that's like someone that we can. I can't believe that we're saying that we have to rely on a teenager, or is he 20? Maybe, I'm not too sure.
19.
So I'm saying, we're now relying on him to kind of literally keep the midfield together. But yeah, hopefully we'll be okay.
Preds, we're going to be all right when we get our injured players back?
Yeah, we'll be all right. We're not a bad team overnight. We've done well and been competitive over the last 5-6 years. And we've had issues before. We've got through them. Like the other season when we didn't have centre halves. Okay, it wasn't a great season, but we got to our target, getting Champions League. I think that once the players come back and they get their sharpness and gradually get their game fitness, it's not about getting fit. It's like game fitness and that game sharpness. Yeah. It's gonna. I think as Liverpool fans, I think we're gonna have to be a little bit patient. There's gonna be some off performances, and it's going to be some good performance, some good bad. It's almost going to be a Jekyll and Hyde until players get back into their match fitness, get back into their rhythm. We'll be fine. I'm in no doubt about it.
So what we have mentioned on here already, and what's the panel saying now, is Klopp need to pull out that checkbook and get a midfielder.
Definitely. I think we lost our best player in Sadio Mane. Me and Tabrice were one of both people that said Nunes didn't excite us, and we're not going to see the best of him for a minute. Now he's suspended as well. I think we're looking rather thin. For me, we're carrying Firmino, we're carrying Naby, Thiago in and out. Milner and Hendo haven't got the legs. We're looking. We could be in a really bad way if the players that we have can't match up to what's going on. Everyone stepped up. Your Crystal Palaces, your Newcastles, your Bournemouths, your Leeds, Chelsea's, Arsenal. Arsenal are talking smack.
They're talking crud right now.
Like everyone stepped up, and I don't think we've stepped up from last year. We had the same problem last season, getting draws when we should be winning games, finding it hard to break down teams. We haven't progressed from that, and we've let a lot of players go. Your Origis, your Takis. I'm not too sure. I'll always say I always back my team, but potentially we could be in a bad way if we don't strengthen.
Okay, so should we looking at what's happening now? Then should we have gone back in for Coutinho?
Who?
Coutinho.
Who? Please slap yourself. Please slap yourself. Man, you crazy or you Jay-Z?
That's a question, bro.
Man, you crazy or you Jay-Z? No.
Man.
Hell no.
You know what? I wouldn't have minded if we went and got Gigi. Try and get him.
Exactly. Ronaldo. See,
I wouldn't mind
Ronaldo's
the
the guy.
Genie.
But
I wouldn't mind
He's broken his leg.
yeah, he's just broke
Yeah,
his leg in training,
it was
unfortunately.
Yeah.
We might as well get Emery Chan and Lucas back, innit? Jesus.
Lucas.
Don't get Lucas later.
Well,
Bring Stevie back.
We've got Jay Spearing in the reserves.
There is, bro. Please, bro, I beg you, please. That's a Jay Spearing, you know. Liverpool are meant to be considering a move for PSG midfielder Leandro Paredes.
How much for?
Doesn't say how much for. Just said they're meant to be considering a move.
Okay.
Well, you know what I like. Listen, I support Liverpool regardless. Whatever decision they make, I know everyone's got. I know that everybody's got their opinions. If we don't buy one, then it must be the fact that the club must be confident enough that the players who are missing are not far away from coming of getting fit. Now, if they go out and buy somebody, that somebody's got to be somebody who can step into the first team straight away.
Right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's got to be somebody who fits in right now.
James.
And in
all, well, that's the whole point of going to buy someone, because we need someone. So I'm not talking about someone we're talking about for the future. We need to buy someone who's going to come in and start playing games like against Bournemouth.
Yeah, and no, don't go there, bruv. Don't go there.
Listen,
don't do it, bruv.
In the background, you're gonna get fined again, bro. If I hear him again, you're gonna get fined. If I hear JWP, bro, you're gonna get fined.
I knew we were gonna hear it.
I could hear it in the background.
You can hear that deep voice in the background, James.
Mr. B, this guy seems to think that we should go out and buy JWP. I'm not allowed to say his name on here, from Southampton. You know I'm talking.
Yeah, I think you should buy him. I think he would improve.
Yeah,
your
you
midfield.
would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I think he would improve your central
you'd
midfield.
like that, would you? Yeah.
Yeah, I would. But you know what? Before we go any further, I know obviously you lot have got your son. Can we just talk about the Marcus Rashford goal, please? You don't even have to. That's all I needed. The expressions on your faces, that's my conversation done. I will now keep quiet.
You know what? I've got to be honest, right? That was I wouldn't say tactical genius. I think that was very good tactical movement in what he done in the second half. He moved Rashford out. Rashford had a little bit more space. He knew that the left back was dealing with Salah as well, so he was confident of that. And Rashford worked hard as well. So you know what? And the way he took his goal against Ali, who we all know is one of the best one-on-one goalkeepers in the not only in the league but the world. He took his chance and he took it cold.
Yeah, I don't know, but I heard someone said to me that Alex Ferguson was at Stockley Park in the VAR last night. That's what I heard. I don't know. You hear me? Good evening, Mr. Matthew Bassett. Saying big up everyone in the show and in the chat. Nice to have you on board. Look at Mr. BA. He's loving it. He's loving it. Yes, Mark, you're right. Mr. Foster saying like, share, and subscribe. Big shouts to all in the chat. Eric Jurgen.
Eric better than Jurgen.
I think we should bring some of our youngsters through, is Mr. Foster saying.
Can I mention something about the Rashford goal? And if we're talking about defending,
of course.
Yeah. So as a defender myself, and like when you watch Trent's hesitation, that really costs us the goal. His kind of positional sense at that moment in time, he didn't really know where Rashford was really, and as a defender. What everyone keeps saying is defend first. So you have to assume that the attacking player is going to be onside. So your first thought is to start sprinting back rather than having that slight hesitation, because that really again cost us. Well, I mean, it gave Rashford time. I'm not saying that Trent would have caught him, but he'd have put Rashford under a lot more pressure. And again, if we're kind of talking about defending, I think Trent should have really just tracked him and said, "Look, okay, you know what? I'm not going to hold this line because I have no idea who's who's that behind me? I've just got to run back. And literally that for me is comical defending.
Oh.
You know, I've in all due respect, I think I'm going to disagree with you on that one, because if you think about it, how it's come about, we're in possession, the ball's gone up, Henderson's had a touch of a rascal. He's come off his knee, or he's come off his shin pad or something. I don't know. Right. Then, and then Marshall, I think was it Marshall? He was first. He was sharper to the ball than VVD, and that was the end. That was the beginning of the end. So where we had possession, you got to remember the ball came out of the sky. Henderson in the middle of the park, just like, don't know what he was doing. I don't know. So that kills our momentum. That kills everyone's forward movement. So to say that, you know, Trent could have done better, anything, mate, we lost the ball in the centre of the park, and everyone's committed. We know where the ball's going. Everyone knows the team structure. So when we lose the ball, it's evident that we're gonna get hit, and we got hit.
And you see how I see it is there was 3 mistakes, or even no, there was 2 like mistakes before Trent made his mistake, and no matter what people think in terms of how like football's played, every goal, even the sublime finishes, it's always a mistake from the kind of opposition team, and like the best teams make minimal mistakes. So as a defender, if I'm seeing like my centre mid is literally having a pony of a game, and like literally people around me, my like job as a defender is to eradicate as many mistakes as possible. If I've got to pull it into row Z, if I have to like chase like back and literally put my opposition number under pressure, that's what I'm going to do. And literally right now, Liverpool are making too many mistakes, individual mistakes that you think a professional footballer shouldn't be making.
Very true.
And literally that's literally where we are right now. So I'm not saying it was all Trent's fault, but Trent was the last line of defense.
But you got to remember, Trent was the one who put the ball in for them to head the ball out. And then the ball's been headed out. It's gone to Henderson. Henderson 9 times out of 10 will get that ball and bring that ball down. It's bounced off his knee or shin or something. And from that moment on, we were in poop. We were in the shit.
Yeah, no, but I hear what you're saying. But the thing is, you still got to stay with your player.
Yeah.
And if Rashford's on that side, you still got to play with your. It's the same thing we said before, and he was defending him before. And I said, like, when Mitrovic come, he had no idea where he was because he's not looking like that. He's just ball watching, and that's exactly what he was doing. Rashford's on this side of him, and he's just looking this way at the ball. You've got to be defending where you can see my player here and the ball here. What's happening here?
But you got to remember the distances. Yeah, but you got to remember the distances. Your distances. Look where Trent was, where he delivered the ball, to where Rashford was. We had the possession of the ball. Rashford's cheating. Rashford, in all due respect, tactically, Rashford's cheating because he knows that space is being vacated. Once they lose the ball, once we've lost the ball, that's where they're going to hit. Trent has hit the ball. He's started it. He's crossed it. Right, but the distances, mate.
No, but you know what?
Come on, he's only human. How is he going to get back there?
No, but you know
what? You've got to make an attempt. You know what? I agree with what with Therese said. You know what? When you're coaching football and that, playing the offside game is lazy football. You can run with your borders unless it's bang to rights. The guy's gone, and you know that you see like the centre midfielder lining up that long pass. Yeah, let him run off. When it's like that, you don't take the risk. Run with your player.
You run, and again,
you've got to run with him.
And actually, if you see what Trent did, Trent hesitated. He hesitated. So like he knew Rashford was behind him, and again he literally second guessed. He was like, you know what? That's just lazy defending. So like, you know, so it wasn't as if he just stood still. Like he knew that Rashford was behind him, but that's lazy defending. He like hesitated and then went because he's like, you know what I'm saying? So like, if he just carried on running, I think he would have caught him or put Rashford under a lot more pressure.
There was no the distances that between Rashford and Trent, from when Trent delivered the ball, the distances was massive. you come on, you've got to be have real and say like he could have not hesitated and run back, but there was no way he was going to catch Rashford. By the time
I'll put him under
Martial
pressure.
has won,
Put-
there was no
As
mate.
He
There
said
was
he put him
no
under pressure.
Put him under pressure.
no,
That's
no,
it.
there was no mate. There was no. He literally look at the way Rashford left Gomez. There's no way Trent was going to go there. If you look at back at the video, look at the distances. There is no way a superhuman, mate. He had to be the $6 million man to get back into position and make a tackle from the position that he was at.
So
I think it's a bit
Mark
harsh.
is saying he didn't see Henderson do anything last night. To be fair, I think we'd all agree on that. Big shouts goes out to Shah United. Big up, gents. What a game! It's another United fan there, eh? Mr. B, you got them all out tonight, ain't you? Hey, all come out the woodwork. At least you emptied his pockets this morning and he found some salad. Oh my days. Trent was lucky to be on the pitch. He was very poor last night.
God, blimey, he's getting hammered there, isn't he?
And so rightly so. Talking about Bobby as well now. Bobby, to be fair, I felt a lot of the criticism hard done by. He's just come back from injury, and I never expected him to be fully fit, match fit, and he's ended up having to play the whole match. So I wasn't really expecting the greatest from him, to be honest, because I knew he'd only just come back because we was limited for options. But I remember what we was talking about last week was starting Carvalho, Salah, and Diaz instead of having Bobby on the bench because we said he's just coming back. So I don't know. Klopp obviously thought different and still played him for a whole 90 minutes as well at that. That I think was a bit harsh, to be fair.
But he's got to get fit somehow.
Yes, yeah. So all right, so when players come back from injury, they normally come on for like 20 minutes or so in a game and start building up their fitness. They don't normally start matches. Come on, Preds, come on.
Yeah, but
you know this.
Yeah, but he must have been fit enough to start. And in one thing in football is that if you can start, and the best way to get fitness, your match fitness, is to play matches. So yeah, he played the whole game on Monday, but I've got to be honest, who could we have replaced him with?
With Carvalho.
Carvalho, as we said.
Carvalho.
Oh, come on, guys, come on. The guy's
hold on a minute.
He's done well. He came on and done well.
When we was talking about this on Thursday, I'm sure he wasn't in your starting lineup.
Who, Carvalho?
Bobby.
No, Bobby.
No, Bobby wasn't.
He wasn't in your starting lineup.
Because I didn't know that he was fit, to be fair. I didn't know he was fit.
We knew he was going to be back, but he was not in nobody's starting lineup. We all said we'd either play Carvalho or Elliott.
I'm not debating that. I'm just saying that you said that it's a bit unfair him playing the whole game, and I'm saying that if he's not fit, that's the way he's going to get fit. I don't agree with him playing. I doubted that he was going to play. It surprised me that he played, and it worried me that when Bobby was going back into our own half to pick the ball up to go forward, that's when it was a worry.
Bobby was going back to get the ball off VVD.
Yeah.
and Robinson.
Yeah. It was crazy.
What the heck?
You know, and the thing, he was trying things, and you know what happens when you're a player? When you're not that fit and you try things that you normally do when you are fit, they don't come off. And sometimes you just have to kind of strip it down, go to the basics. I'm not here to tell him what to do. It just come across that way.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. Like, you know, keep it simple. But
where does Bobby stand in this squad as he's going backwards on his performance?
Well, I think if we're talking about transfers, I don't think we just need a midfielder. I think we need an experienced right back to actually challenge Trent. I think we need another attacking option because I think Bobby's probably playing more of a number 10, and then of course Jota and like Darwin are probably going to be, I'd say, our kind of main spearheads. So it is worrying. And again, let's be honest, like every single team has a 5 5 to 7 year cycle, and this is Liverpool's turn now. We're now in a transitional period, and
that's music to Mr. B's ears right there.
It is, you know what I mean? So, you know, and literally the transformation is happening right before our eyes, and like everyone's like thinking, what, you know, I'm like, what is going on? So, yeah, you know, he's still, you know, he's still a vital player in the squad, but now as a kind of, you know, starting player, you know,
the issue last night was we didn't have anyone breaking the lines going forward. Everything was played in front of Man United, and the little terrier, was it Martinez?
Aye.
I mean, gee, listen. If I've ever seen a Undertaker resurrection, that was it, really, boy. Because man got dragged at half time the last game, and then all of a sudden come like a man possessed.
I'm telling you.
And you know, so yeah, Bobby struggled yesterday with the intensity, even to the point. Did you see that? Did you see it? I think it was in the second half when Bobby's come so deep to get the ball's bouncing to Bobby, and all of a sudden Martinez is bam right there in our half. He's not sharp, so it's going to take. Again, I told you, said we're going to have to be patient with some of these players.
So Nisha says, so in summary, Trent ain't very good at defending. And going on about what you said to Brees, we got Ramsey to challenge Trent. He's just not fit at the moment.
Ramsey's
really going to be ready yet?
No, but Ramsey's 18, and again,
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
not challenging Trent.
He ain't going to be ready
he's not
yet?
challenging Trent. He's not challenging
He's not
Trent.
challenging Trent.
He's not. I agree. I agree.
No way.
Matthew Bassett, this is City cycle, not Liverpool's. 1 in 30. Oh dear. Solo. I was waiting for him to put in an appearance, Mr. Solo. Big up, gentlemen. I promise I won't say 2-1 to United. Oh dear, oh dear.
You know what? A little talking about midfielders, right? We're saying about going. I had a little premonition. I can see if we get a fit centre half back, i.e. Matip or somebody. I wouldn't mind seeing Gomez going right back and putting Trent in midfield.
He's not. No.
I'm saying, listen, it's not the most. All I'm saying is that you got to be flexible. I'm not saying JWP. I'm doing everything possible apart from saying JWP. I'm telling you.
What they're saying is true. The man's already in midfield, though. The man is already in midfield.
Yeah. So we need a right back.
We need something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we need a right back then.
And Ramsey ain't the answer.
Not yet.
No way. He's the answer.
Not yet.
I'm just saying that could be a possibility or not.
Gomez is a better defender, but obviously he's not going to give you the same output going forward as what Trent would. Yeah. But it's not a bad thing for me.
That's not going to happen because Klopp didn't try that in pre-season, and literally let's not get this kind of knee-jerk reaction now in terms of Trent's got to be moved around. Like leave Trent where he is. He just needs competition.
Yeah, I get that. But at this present moment, in the short term, where we are struggling in midfield, that could be an option open because again, I wouldn't be happy seeing Henderson and Milner in the same team again. It's going to happen, but then there's another option open. I would love to look at the other option that rather than playing Milner and Henderson together again.
Mr. B.
Yes, sir.
Right. So going forward for Man United now, what happens now with Maguire and Ronaldo?
Maguire doesn't play at all, and this
But
is
he's your
what
club captain.
I don't care. He's the worst defender in our team. Ten Hag made him captain for politics. He is now seen in training that this man is getting clapped every week. Man, they got the youths running past him. You've got the old veterans running past. He's no good. He's no good. Ronnie, for what we did in pre-season, I have no problem Ronnie not starting. We need him at the club, but it's whether his ego is going to accept that we've moved on. If his ego can take it, fine, Ronnie stays. If not, do what the club need to do, get him out, get the harmony back in the team. And as for midfield, we've got one of we've got one of the best now turning up at our club. Don't ask me how we got him. I don't care how we got him. So that's a whole nother improvement.
I heard it was a gunpoint, mate.
Listen, I don't care how they got him here. I don't care if he thought he was going Man City. I don't care how much money he's paying. He's being paid. The money's not mine. Yeah, the money's not mine. So right now, I just see everything's going to be on the upward. But listen, man, we could go out there and lose to Southampton. Then what was the point of beating you guys? So we have to keep it going. We have to keep it going.
Exactly what's going to happen. And you know you're going to lose your next game and everything's going to be done.
It's all right. You do understand I've got the StreamYard code for this. So I don't need no invite from your
That's
man.
all right. That's all right. I don't mind.
It was just
I came on to see your pain, you know, and as much as your screen is faded, I can still see your pain and I can hear it. I can hear it. So keep going, bro. Keep going, man.
Oh my god.
You know what don't kill us will make us stronger.
Klopp should think
You know what, cuz? I really hope tomorrow morning you bust your big toe on the corner. I really hope that happens to you tomorrow. But your whole big toe.
The pinky one hurts more, man.
The other way there, I hope it hurted.
The pinky. Klopp should think about trying a 4-2-3-1. Does this work for us?
Boy.
But
He's German.
Right now, it still might be.
He got stick to his guns.
It'd have to be Hendo and Fabs then.
If he's fit, if Fab's fit.
Yeah.
Who plays in number 10?
Elliot.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got to be honest. I'm going to jump on the Stoney train, mate, about Carvalho. You know, he's. I think he could do he can do a job at number 10. As well
both
as
of them are kids, man.
Yeah.
To rely on them is an ask. They're both kids. They both should be still being eased in. Not. I mean, yeah. If you're good enough, if you're good enough to play, then you should play. But relying on them two is an ask, man. That's an ask.
I think you know we all expected Elliot to kick on from last season. I think it's the Carvalho things like wow, like okay. You know, and again, that's probably why Klopp played Bobby rather than Carvalho because of the experience, because of the atmosphere, because of the crowd more so. But yeah, we are becoming a little bit over reliant.
Definitely, Elliot.
Elliot.
Elliot ain't no Foden. Relying on him is an ask.
Yeah.
An ask.
Matthew's saying that he reckons that Trent would do bits in midfield. To be fair.
Don't forget, Trent doesn't. England played Trent in the centre of midfield, and he hated it. He was like, "Nah, that's not really my role." That's literally what he said. He openly said that on an interview. He's like, "That's I hated it." So Casemiro
said he loved Real Madrid. He's at Man United now. I mean, look, like things change.
You know why? Because he's probably saying that because he's got to work too much when you play centre midfield. That's probably why.
Well, I mean, he didn't play particularly well in the England game, granted, in centre midfield. But all I'm saying, in the short term, while we have gotten lack of numbers and lack of quality, it wouldn't be such a strange option to do.
I don't think it's a strange option. To be fair,
I don't think it's even an option.
It's not an option because where? So you would play Trent what as a DM? How where would you play Trent? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. If you play 4 in midfield, then yeah, I can see why. But 3 in midfield with Trent in midfield, that don't make no sense. Cause
it doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, Trent can fit in there. As we know, Trent is a right back, so he's got legs, he's got an engine, he can go box to box. All right, he's got the quality. He can find the pass. So he's got all the attributes as a midfielder. I mean, like it's not the strangest of ideas to do.
They'll crap you up in it. Trent could fit in there like a fat girl shopping in Baby Gap.
Oh,
He said Trent could fit in there. No, he can't. Stop it.
We've got to be creative, gentlemen. We've got to be creative. You know what I mean?
Mark's saying it. So what? Phil Jones is better than Harry then?
They're both. Just
They're
get them
both
both out.
terrible.
Just get them both out, man.
Okay, Edward Brown, welcome on board, Edward. Nice to have you back. Don't care what anyone says. The midfield was shocking, and Fabinho should have started against United. But what was Trent doing last night? Was he even on the pitch? It's another one.
Boy.
I think it's very, it's easy just to kind of look
Pick
at
on
Trent.
Trent.
It is, and literally we all have had, have had our opinions.
But hold on, but Therese, the thing is, this is not the first game that he's being looked at.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
succession of games, so there must be something in it.
It's like because teams are now sussing us out now. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we've been sussed out for a minute though. We've been sussed out for a minute, and Klopp ain't done nothing about it.
If you think about it, right, and Mr. B, correct me if I'm wrong. When have you seen a Man United side sit back or are willing to relinquish possession to hit them on the counter attack? I've not seen a Man United team do I didn't see Ferguson do that in that era, in the successful era. They dominated games. And to exactly what Teresa said, we've been figured out. A good quality side were able to fill the gaps, defend properly as a team, as a unit, be disciplined, and then hit the space and hit us on an attack. It's not, so they've done their homework. It's now down to Liverpool to say, right, okay, well, this needs to be fixed somehow. How are we going to fix this? Because we're giving teams 1 goal head starts. You can't progress by doing that. It's criminal.
See, Mister, we need Bellingham now, not next year, in my opinion. I think that's everybody's opinion.
But there's no way Dortmund are going to.
Do you have the money? Do you have the money to buy Bellingham?
I think Liverpool have got the money. It's whether they want to spend.
I thought he was talking to us lot. I can't chip in. I can't chip in just now. What happened, right? My bank account is different.
Working with it.
I don't know about you. I can't chip in.
All right, look, I'm gonna start it off, right?
I got some Jamaican dollars I can donate.
Me, bro, KV put in for me now.
I got some Jamaican cigarettes. I can give you some Jamaican cigarettes. That's what I can give you.
I believe Liverpool have the money. On a serious note, Liverpool have the money, but they're just being very frugal with their money at the moment. And that's what I've noticed, that obviously they've got a model now, and it's not just about blowing the money like that. And also what they like to do, even though people might say, oh yeah, but you've bought this player for big money, but we've sold players and got like half the money back, basically. So
but we released a lot of players.
But they have
released a lot of players last season. They should have replaced some of them.
But Liverpool have got the money. And I don't. What it is, another thing is, Dortmund don't want to sell now, especially after losing Haaland and that. They don't want to sell right now.
Definitely not.
It's about next season, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's not get carried away with this Bellingham talk. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, there's no guarantee.
He's always looking to burst bubbles, isn't he?
Right? We know Klopp's interested. There's no guarantee it'll come to us. Real Madrid are also interested. So yeah, it's going to be a battle.
I think Man City as well will be interested 100%.
Yeah, probably.
He's a boyhood fan, and he if the rumours are to be believed, he's talked about if his interest of coming to Liverpool. If it means that we've got the money, and I think end of the day, the way Liverpool have conducted their business, if the player Liverpool wanted was available, he would be with us now. The player we're interested in is not available, so our model is we will wait until he does become available. In the meantime, that has an impact at the moment where we're struggling for midfielders, and we're struggling, not only struggling for midfielders, but when those midfielders are back, there's only one of those midfielders who really has that good technical ability where he can find the pass and open up defenses. Thiago. Yeah. No, there's no one else really you can at the moment do that. And I think we need that number 8 who can do that and break the lines and get in the box and score. I know he's asking a lot.
Prez, you know, I have to disagree with you with like one statement that you made in terms of when players are available. No player is available. It's all about the money. No team wants to lose their star player. So like, there's no player in this world right now that's available. It all comes down to the money and the contract, and then from there, the clubs may or may not talk.
I mean, look,
50-50 with you on that, because there is players that are available. Because like we just mentioned, if someone was to come in for Ronaldo now and pay the money, they'd let him go because he's bad for the team. So he is available.
Okay, but like he's a superstar, but you know he isn't gonna be like the next generation of superstar. If we're kind of looking at players that are gonna be at a club for the next 4 to 6 years, those players are not available.
So, gentlemen, before we wrap it up, we're going to move on to Bournemouth.
I said Bournemouth. You okay, blood?
Well, I thought, you know, we beat Fulham. Thought we could have enough to do Palace. You know what I mean? So the way things are going right now, and these results that we've got, they're going to inspire other teams as well. When it comes to press, they're going to inspire other teams.
Come and get a scalp.
So, do we get a result against Bournemouth?
Have to.
We need a result. I mean, the players at the team meeting.
Yeah.
We need a result. We need a result, man. They got to do. They got to pull something out their ass. They got to pull something. They got to pull something.
We need a response.
You know what, as well, right? And we're all cut from that same cloth as well. We can all take a loss. So Man United, it hurts a bit more, but we can all take a loss. It's a performance. If I see a good performance and they're giving 100% and we lose, I say it go. But I need a performance.
Mate, we need 3 points. we need 3 points. Like I mean, it's not panic stations, and I think we've got enough. I think the squad has got enough credit in the bank as to how we've played and what we've achieved over the last few years. Like we're not a bad team overnight. We've got injuries, which is making an impact. But you know, I do believe that the boys will react in the right way and get the result against Bournemouth.
Okay, well, Edward reckons it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Mr. B, do you see us bouncing back?
Yeah, you've got Bournemouth. I don't see it being an issue. I'm not going to say it was a blip, because it sounds like you lot are saying that you lot have got deeper issues. Obviously, I don't watch Liverpool, but it sounds like it's more than a blip for you guys. So I hope you. The most I could hope for is a draw for out of that game. I think you're gonna stick it to him. It's a couple of games after. I'm looking forward to when the Champions League starts. That's when your squad is going to be stretched to the absolute limit. That's when I'm looking forward to seeing the deterioration of your squad.
All right. So just before we wrap it up, gentlemen, like you just said, Mr. B, you said you don't watch Liverpool. So if Super Sunday's on, and it's
no. So when I
it's it's what do you call it? Let's say Bournemouth versus Villa. Do you watch the match?
No, when I say I don't watch Liverpool, I mean I watch Liverpool when their games are on. I don't study Liverpool. You see, it's your team.
Okay,
so you lot see the flaws. Like you lot know information about it. Yeah. I just watch it as a neutral, hoping that Liverpool are going to lose. Whereas because it's you lot's bread and butter, you lot know the ins and outs, who's injured, who's not injured, who's going to be playing, who's not. And that's when I say I don't watch Liverpool. Of course I watch Liverpool play. They're a good team to watch. It's even better when they get beaten by, but
that is a realistic expectations for Liverpool this season. Bloody hell, they're writing us off already, gents.
Yeah, but most of the world has. Yeah. Mr. B sitting there with the McDonald's song. I'm loving it. Watch him, man.
Yeah.
Watch him, boy.
So Brees, what's the realistic expectations for Liverpool this season?
Top 4.
Yep.
Yeah, top 4.
I think it also depends on, do we buy as well? That would have a big say on that. Do we buy anybody before the window closes? I think that would have a massive impact. Preds, what do you reckon?
Realistic. Listen, I'm not changing the expectations that Klopp has got, which is, going for the title. It's a long old season, gentlemen, and it's like 3 games gone. I mean, yeah, it cut deep losing against Man United. I'm not gonna lie. Don't like losing against them. Don't like it. Don't want it. But it's happened. We've got to move on from that. And a lot of things are going to happen. Like KV said, a lot of teams have upped their game. So it's not, where they're going to up their game against us, they're going to up their game against Man City and the likes of others as well. So, it's going to be a very interesting season. And my expectations are staying where they are. Title winners.
I think it's an absolute insult for them to be asking us the expectations of Liverpool. We are Liverpool Football Club. We aim for the top. Well, I mean, it's 3 games in. Yeah, we like to be in a better position, but it's 3 games in. There's a lot of teams who are going to take a lot of points. I still expect us to be top 4. It's not about expectation. We will be in the top 4. We are part of that elite front 4, front 6 football teams. It's just about getting points against them too. But I expect us to be in the top 4. No problem. No doubt in my mind.
Mark says second in the league again, Champions League winners and FA Cup winning. I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. Man United, are you in the Champions League?
You're muted. You're muted, Mr.
No,
B.
don't tell him he's muted. Don't tell him.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear.
No, we're not in the Champions League, and
okay, just checking.
I have no interest in any.
What European thing are you in? Are you in Europe this season?
We're in the Dibby one, bro. We are in.
I couldn't hear you. Say it slowly.
We are in the Dibby trophy.
Yeah, thank you.
I have no interest in that trophy. As I said, why? I
want you to win it.
No, I already told them on my stream that I'm not doing no watch along on a Thursday. I have no interest in Thursday football.
Because you got to do the school run.
You've got to listen. Whatever run, I will take up jogging. And I've got bad knees. Yeah, I have no intention of.
You know how hard it is to speak Bulgarian. You got a problem. I don't blame you. You know how hard it is to pronounce that name. You ain't got time for that. I don't blame you, Con. You ain't got time for that. You got time to learn Bulgarian at our page.
It starts now. New manager, who's obviously got Klopp's number because he's done them twice.
Yeah.
So right now, the future's looking bright. The future's
right. We're gonna say, Mr. B, thank you very much for coming
on. Thank you for having me on, man.
How you mean, man? Nah, definitely, man. It's all
big up yourself, man. Big up yourself.
We'll catch you on the rebound, though. Definitely.
Big up yourself, Mr. B. Big up yourself.
Preds, my brother, always good to have you on board, sir.
Always.
Very good, Mr. R&B.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, mate. And Mr. KV.
West Side.
People, we will be back on Thursday as usual, our normal slot, 10 o'clock. So do remember, subscribe, like, and share. It's all about Cop Talk. And we will see you on Thursday at 10.